This is not Apple Vision Pro. I finally got this new user interface from Meta on my Meta Quest 3, and I've got mixed feelings about it. So let's start with the basics. So they kinda took inspiration or copied Apple Vision Pro basic layout. As you can see, it's pretty clear here. But they've added some of their classy Meta clutter UI, which works pretty well sometimes, but they've got some real user experience issues. So let's start with the basics. So just like on Apple Vision Pro, which by the way, Apple took this gesture from Meta and other VR, AR, or XR companies. So basically, that's how you open your menu. That's, by the way, how Meta always did it, even before Apple. So let's open a few windows. So for example, I opened up settings, and then I go, if I don't want to do this gesture, I can obviously click this Meta button, which is kind of not a great copy of Apple, because Apple has this similar layout with a handle that you can move the windows, and they have this kind of dot left to the handle. And on Apple Vision Pro or Vision OS, this closes the window. Now Meta did something that is kind of not intuitive. They basically added another bar to below each window. So if I go ahead and open another window, let's, for example, open up the gallery, and then let's go up and open, let's say, file window, file manager. So you can see that this handle is consistent throughout all of the 2D windows, 2D applications, and which is good sometimes, because just like Meta used to do before that, if you've got a video, for example, this one, this is consistent throughout all 2D windows. This, however, something that people from Apple Vision Pro might be familiar with, is kind of counterintuitive, because if each window gets its own handle and it's kind of different from what Apple has, this one is kind of controlling all of the windows, at least three of them, so you can move them, which is a bit counterintuitive, because coming from Apple Vision Pro and even Galaxy XR or Android XR, it's kind of weird experience. So if I go and open a new window, another 2D window, let's say Apple TV, let's say Meta TV, I can go ahead and detach these applications, because you can only store three of them in this alignment, and any other applications you open, you can anchor them to the walls or float them in anywhere in your physical space. So that's kind of work, but once again, it's a bit confusing. Now, where the clutter comes, for example, I have these windows. Let's open again TV application. When I want to open up applications on top of it, you get this Navigator UI again, and I can obviously go ahead and open the browser. And as you can see, things kind of you have some learning curve, but you kind of get used to it. And once you do it a few more times, you get used to it, which is fun. Whenever you go inside a full immersive application, for example, let's go inside YouTube. Previously, if you are in an immersive application or a game, clicking on invoking this menu used to open up the context menu for this exact application, for example, YouTube or any other game, for example, Onward. And then you used to see this context window with far more details about this application you are in. For example, not only quit button, but also many friends and who is with you in the same immersive experience. For example, if I invite friends to watch YouTube with me, I can see their avatar sitting next to me, and we can watch the video together. And same goes with VR games. So for example, when I used to do this on Onward, I could see who are my friends in the same server or spatial experience with me. Now this menu is gone, so that's one problem that they have. And let's go back and talk about glitches. So for example, you can see that now there is some bugs. Sometimes this handle stays with you without any application open. So let's close all of these applications. And also, this transition animation to open up this context window for each window, this animation takes time. So by the time I want to click the X button, it's not the best. The animation delay until I can find the close button or even the minimize button is kind of annoying. Anyways, let's close this window as well. So as you can see, sometimes this handle left stays with me here, although nothing is open, so that's kind of glitch. I hope they will fix it. Now, classy user interface and UX problems. So what do we have here? Obviously, Apple Vision Pro like UI, and then they've got search here, which is nice. Have no any complaints about it. On top of it, we have the clock and battery percentage, Wi-Fi, and some indications for video and microphone listening to you. Then we have some menu for which applications to see. For example, what things that I've installed from the unknown source. So now this is a bit annoying because, for example, Quest Game Optimizer, which is an application to improve graphics in VR games, uh, is kind of hidden here, and I cannot pin it to the menu or to the dock we used to have before this new interface came out. So now every time you want to use any side-loaded application, you have to go to this menu, which is annoying because it's far more clicks now. Also, Horizon Plus. Why the hell is this thing still here? Because I never use these Horizon applications. I don't want to see Horizon applications here ever. And downloaded applications or applications that I've installed from MetaQuest Store, and they've added the MetaQuest Store here, so you can quickly go ahead and install applications. So that's nice. Now, this is obviously the application drawer, and you've got the same one. All of my friends are going to be here, as you can see, and it takes quite a while to load the entire list. So maybe this design decision wasn't smart because the previous People app used to be better. And you can search friends here and stuff like this. Similar experience to how you can search applications in your app drawer. This goes the same UI goes into the People's app as well, and then you can sort it by people you've recently met and stuff like this, which is nice. So these two are the same layouts for applications and people, but they are in the center. Then we have quick settings to the right, so I can go ahead and right now it doesn't do anything. Bright, I can't really change brightness, so it's a probably glitch. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and stuff like this, I really love it. It's kind of beautiful interface, and as you can see, we don't have translucency on Meta's system level UI, but it kind of works. So even there's a white wall behind it, I can still see the text. So they've done a pretty nice job. It works fine without translucency, although Meta has two applications with translucency, which are Instagram and Facebook. As you can see, this application is quite translucent. For example, if I go ahead and put it against the TV, you can see that it's kind of translucent. The light over there, you can see it's translucent. It's not clear, transparent window. So Meta kind of has this Apple Vision Pro like translucency, but it's not dynamic. Meaning, if I open up another window, for example, let's open up the store, and I put this window on top of it, you can see that it doesn't render the window behind it. It still renders the TV and stuff like this. Let's try to do it like this. So you can see, as you can see, whenever I'm switching between these slides, you can see that it doesn't renders them behind this window. It still renders the TV or the light over there. So if I once again put this behind it, you can still see the light like there is no window behind this Instagram window, which is kind of Meta classy issues that we have throughout all over their interface and all over their experiences. That's why Meta and Google are not creating polished user experiences like Apple. That's, Apple is the king of UX and UI. So that's about it. And the last one we have on the right side is the notifications. So again, library, people application, or similar menu to the library, quick settings here and notifications here. What do we have left to this to the left side? We have our profile, and they gave us a few more avatars that we can change depending on the occasion. So if I'm going to let's say business meeting in the metaverse, which is something that they've killed, so I don't know what's the point in these avatars anymore. If I'm going, for example, to a Zoom meeting and I want to have my avatar dressed up, I can use this one. For a casual, for example, it used to be Meta Horizon. For a casual, social experiences, you can wear this thing, and this is my default one. So don't know what's the point now. Also, as a UX designer, I cannot ignore this one. What the hell is going on? This rounded corners doesn't apply here, so they've got some issue. It's cutting out, so that's not something that I would like to see in a finalized user interface. But Meta, once again, just like with Facebook, Instagram, and their user experiences, they are not the best in terms of user experience. So this is something that Apple would never deliver in the, um, let's say, final version or a production version of software. So that's something that Meta usually does because perfection. This is something that I've never seen with Meta's products. And by the way, the glitch I talked before, that sometimes this thing sticks with you without even any windows open. That's the glitch you see. So supposedly, if I had windows open, I could move them all together, three of them. But now it's kind of stuck in my face without anything open. So that's again classy Meta uh, glitches, UI problems, you name it. And then we've got another button here that I had to take a guess what it does when I got this update last night, 3 a.m. So this says more options, and you can't really take a guess. But when you click on it, it says right now you're in pass-through, and you can go to your virtual environment, and that's the virtual environment I have here, virtual home, or whatever you want to call it. Obviously, without the controllers, you can really move around, which is another issue that Meta has. They can obviously easily add like other experiences, some teleportation capabilities to move around, but they won't. So I have to take my controllers, and with my controllers, I can move and stuff like this. And this thing is still in my face. As you can see now, it's stuck here forever. I don't know why. I can take a seat, enjoy the view, open up some other applications, for example. Let's open YouTube TV, Meta TV, and I can work with it. I can watch something, immersive video, 2D video, or 360 videos, and I can still move around. Or take a look at the mirror. Yeah, what's up? That's me. How are you guys? Hey. And you can add some widgets to this wall and stuff like this. For some reason, this Horizon Central portal is still here, although they are killing Horizon, so I don't know what's really going on with Meta right now. Anyways, I never used the virtual home environment, and I'm gonna get rid of it. So I'm gonna go back to pass-through because I like to see my real environment. So that's about it. That's the entire interface. So once again, it's cluttered. They had a good potential with this one, but this kind of mess, I don't like it at all. Although it has some potential, but I don't know. If they copied Apple, they could do a better job. I'm not really satisfied with it, but I hope that in the coming updates they will fix it. And also these glitches that somehow for some reason they still keep this handle here, although it should disappear completely. Another issue that I have is that even though I'm in the pass-through right now, if I go to here, I can click on this see your surroundings, although I'm in pass-through, and then it minimizes everything that I have open in this one, which is kind of annoying, actually, because why do we need this one if I'm already in pass-through? If I am inside virtual environment, then it makes sense that I can quickly get rid of anything virtual, okay, and go back and see my surroundings. If, for example, somebody needs my attention somebody comes to the door and needs my attention, or if you have a pet or kids and stuff like this. But I don't know why this button stays here even when I'm in AR pass-through mode. So that's kind of weird. You can see that all of the default Meta applications buttons, they have this kind of Apple Vision Pro like depth to it. Although Apple has 3 layers, the Meta added 2 layers, which is nice, but it only works on their own applications. As you can see, all the default apps, the stock apps, getting this one, but third-party applications like YouTube, Onward, it's kind of pointless because that's just just that's the logo of the application, and it has some transparent background behind it, which is pointless. So you can see there is a transparent rectangle behind it, but it does nothing because all of the custom applications or third-party applications get this kind of weird user interface behavior. But the default applications by Meta are kind of fine, so they need to work on it pretty thoroughly because right now it's half job done. Anyways, that's my initial breakdown of this Meta UX. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna keep covering it as I get more and more updates. Okay, see you guys in the next one.